Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Coffee here, and today we're back with the Whip and Chat. WIP stands for Work in Progress. So whatever that is for you, work along with me as I tell you some stories from the coffee house shenanigans. Now, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. We had a wonderful weekend here at the coffee house. We don't typically spend a whole lot of weekends doing anything during the winter because it's fucking cold. It's cold out, y'all. It's cold. It's currently 6 degrees at the time that I'm recording this, and we have 45-mile-per-hour winds. And this isn't like your normal everyday wind. This is like that hits you in the bones and it takes you a year to warm up winds. Like you don't de-thaw until summer. That's what we got going on right now, and it's completely disrespectful. And my worst nightmare happened. So I was outside and I was with the dogs, and remember, I've had a lot of problems with the particular jacket that I have. So I decided that I was going to go shopping for a jacket. Now, if you remember last week, we didn't get a Whip and Chat because Mr. Coffee surprised me by spending the day with me and taking me out shopping. And I got a winter jacket that didn't fit correctly, so I have to return it today. But Mr. Coffee surprised me last week and we spent the day together. So that's why you guys didn't get a Whip and Chat if you were not in the live on Friday. That's why you guys didn't get a Whip and Chat. My husband decided that because he's salary, now all of a sudden is the time that he can just take all this time off. And I'm like, no, sir. Sir, I have things I have to do, sir. I know you don't work from home like I do, but I completely work from home. I'm gonna need you to go to work. That's your job. Your job is to get out of the house so I can get my stuff down. Now, typically, I don't have a problem recording in front of Mr. Coffee or while he's home, because usually he's just up front and I'm far enough away from him that whatever he's doing doesn't like affect what I'm doing. Or if he's just kind of sitting in the kitchen, he'll just sit there and stare at me like a stalker while I record videos. I don't really mind that part too much. What I mind is the fact that he took me out of the house. So like he surprised me and then was like, hey, surprise, also put on pants. Why does he hate me? Like what did I do to deserve this? I don't understand. So we went shopping, and it was a really good day. It was a really good day. The rest of the week was absolute trash, but that day was amazing. Like, you ever have one super amazing day and you're like, this can't be real. And then life reminds you that it was very real because you're about to have a series of shitty days. That's what last Tuesday was. Last Tuesday was great. And then the rest of the week was absolute trash. I don't even remember what happened because it just wasn't good enough for me to remember. My memory is very selective nowadays on what it wants to store. And we're not storing negativity. We're only storing positivity. So, yeah. Anywho, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I'm outside with the dogs. It's cold as all get out. And I go to bend down to grab something and my coat rips. Now, when I say it rips, I don't mean like the back ripped open like I'm the Incredible Hulk or some crap. Nay. The zipper broke again. Now, take it. I've been wearing this exact same jacket for the last, 2 years? Haven't had a single issue with it. Haven't gained any weight or anything, because that was the first thing I thought. I was like, hold up, wait. Have I been gaining weight? Oh, God. Nope. Haven't gained a single pound since the last time I weighed myself. And so I was like, what's going on with this zipper? Well, Mr. Coffee looks at it, and he goes, it looks like you wore it out, meaning the zipper. And I'm like, how? You just zip it up. Well, the jacket is so crappily made, right, that there's when you go to zip it up, you know how when you go to zip up your jacket and sometimes the piece on the inside gets caught in the zipper and you have to tug at it to get it? Yeah, well, apparently the part that closes the little teeth of the zipper had been malfunctioned so many times that it widened open the mouth that like zips them together. So Mr. Coffee was like, oh, that's an easy fix. So he gets this little wrench thing and he clamps it. He goes, there you go. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, he didn't fix it. When I went to go outside, and I just was standing by the fence. I go to move, and the zipper falls on the ground. I was like, hold up, wait, what's that? And then the jacket just flies open like I was in like one of those music videos where the wind is blowing directly at them, and my hair's blowing in the wind, and my jacket is flapping around, except for there was no cameras and lights. It was just me wanting to scream because it was so cold outside. And I was like, I'm not Mariah Carey. What the hell's going on here? So I hurry up and get the dogs in the house. Luckily, the coat has buttons on it. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just wear another jacket under this one until I can get another jacket. Like, no big deal. We'll find a fix for it. You know, it's not like we've never had an issue with a jacket before. Y'all, the way I hate my life right now. I have to put on 2 jackets underneath that jacket to be warm outside. And right now, with the current temperatures we have, there's no warming up. There's no warming up. My heated blanket, this poor blanket, is about to get worn out. Because between me and Mr. Coffee, yeah, we both use the blanket because it's so cold outside. Also, do keep in mind that if you hear like an awkward pause or whatever, I'm drinking coffee or I'm vaping. Yeah, we know the drill. Anyways, so, oh, I have some V's right here. What's been going on in the coffee house? So after the jacket broke, I decide, okay, Mr. Coffee takes me out to go look for jackets. Nobody has jackets. So I was like, I'm going to order one online. Why is ordering online such a hassle? Like, does anybody ever order clothes online and you're like, you know what? This was a good decision. I'm glad I did that. No, nobody does this, okay? You can order, like, you know, different products and stuff offline. But clothes, has anyone ever had, like, a perfect experience buying clothes offline? I don't care what size you are. Tall, small, skinny, fat. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Because nobody has good experiences buying clothes offline. For me personally, I'm 6'1", I'm almost 200 pounds, and trying to find anything. And I will go buy a pair of pants, and it's like made for tall people. And then my crotch, when I go get the pants, the crotch is at the knees, or the pants are so tight that you can see my thoughts, or the pants are so high water that they're not even pants anymore. Now they're just long shorts, and you're like, I hate it here. I hate everything about this. Why is this how I have to live my life? Why can't they just... Well, Amazon, and I'm not sponsored, by the way. I'm not sponsored by... I do have an Amazon link that you guys can buy off of that I'll make a small commission off of, but I'm not sponsored by Amazon. Amazon has this new awesome thing called Try Before You Buy. And I was like, hold up, wait a goddamn minute. It took y'all this long to come up with a program like this? So essentially what you do is you add up to 6 items to your cart. They ship them out to you, no cost. And then you try them. Whichever ones you don't like, you send back. They then charge you for what you kept. They give you 7 days to do this. Now, 7 days is a lot. That's a whole week. That's a whole week that you have to try the item on and go, you know what? I really like this. And keep it. Or this is garbage and not keep it. Okay? So I like the fact that they do this. Because for folks who have to buy offline because right now your Walmart is currently pushing bathing suits and it's 6 degrees in the middle of a freaking... We're supposed to get 3 to 4 inches of snow, but let's go to Walmart and get a freaking bathing suit. It's really nice to be able to have the chance to not spend a bunch of money trying on clothes and then having to wait 70 weeks for them to put the money back into your account. Like, they can take it out quick as shit, but it takes them forever and a day to put the money back in your account. Why is that a thing? Why is it that we have so much technology nowadays that they can take money out of your account instantly, but they can't put it back the same way that they put it in? Like, they can't just be like, oh, nope, reverse that, and it just automatically goes back into your account. Everything has to take like 5 to 7 business days. It didn't take you 5 to 7 business days to take it out of my account, Heffel. So, yeah, so it's nice that they have this program. Because now I'm like, okay, I can get a couple of jackets, try them on, see what I think, and then send them back. All right, bet. So I ordered a couple of jackets that hopefully will be here next week. And we're going to see. Now, living in North Dakota, one thing I've learned that, one, there's many different types of jackets, okay? It's not just one, like, you get a winter coat and you're like, oh, look, I got a winter coat. No. You have to shop around for a winter coat. You got to find that winter coat that speaks to you. You got to find that winter coat that hugs your soul, okay? You got to also find that winter coat that's going to keep you warm in these negative degree temperatures, because all that negativity, you need something to be positive, like your body temperature. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, let's go look online. We're going to grab a couple of these jackets. And I have to read the description, and you got to read the description and the reviews, because the description is going to make this jacket out to be the best thing since sliced bread. But the review is going to tell you the truth. And you can always tell people that were paid to do reviews. Like, I was looking at reviews yesterday, and there was a lady that had like 5 paragraphs on why this was like the best jacket she had ever purchased. And essentially, she just kept saying the same thing over and over again. And I'm like, tell me you were paid to try this item. Without telling me you were paid to try this item, you'll go first. Oh, which, by the way, I'm working on Crown Prince of Crime. Now, I've been working on this over on Twitch. One, let's talk about Twitch real quick so I can just get it out of the way now, because not everybody joins us over on Twitch, and that's fine. That's fine. But for those folks that do, that's on my post today. That might have been a little confused because I had people congratulating me, but I don't think they really read the post. So let me clarify for you. So real quick before I go back onto my tangent. So on Twitch, you have this thing called partner. When you make partner, you get this cute little purple check mark next to your name. It's like being verified on Instagram, except for it's Twitch's version of it. Now with this, I get a lot of extra emotes and a little bit more freedom to do things on my stream. And it makes the viewing experience better for my followers and my subscribers. It also allows videos to stay up instead of for 2 weeks. It stays up for an entire month, so you guys can go back and rewatch the videos if you happen to miss something, or if you join in halfway, you want to see the first half of the video. You can always go back for 60 days and watch them, okay? And they also give me 3 lifetime memberships to the stream, which of course one is going to go to Mr. Coffee because he does watch while he's at work. And then 2 other ones you guys are going to be able to redeem in the channel points. And if you don't know what channel points are, you come to the stream and ask, and I'll tell you. Anyways, so I've been pushing to make partner because my Friday night lives over here are almost 300 people deep. And I'm thinking if I can get that exact same number here on Twitch, I'd be set. Problem is, not everybody does Twitch. Some people still think it's just for gaming. Some people just don't like all the bells and whistles. I get it. I get it. So I've been pushing hard for you guys to come over, and I know you guys are annoyed and tired of hearing me talk about it. I do apologize, but I'm trying to do big things over here, okay? I'm trying to make my artwork a household name, if you will. First of all, I gotta approve on my artwork, so you guys get to watch that process. Anyways, so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I'm pushing to make partner, so there's all this stuff that I have to do. And I want to make sure that you guys are getting the best viewing experience. So I'm changing this and I'm changing that and I'm doing all the things. I'm just doing all the things. I finally hit the threshold to make partner. Now, making partner isn't as simple as you have to hit a certain goal and then you're automatically partner. That is not the case. So when hitting partner, you have to do a couple of different things. So you have to hit 75 average for viewers in 30 days. So in 30 days time, you have to hit 75 as an average. And let me just tell you, that is a feat, okay? That is a feat. So I was like, well, I should have that okay, because even though not everyone has come over to Twitch, I'm still getting a good portion of folks that are over supporting me, and I appreciate each and every one of you, so thank you. So I was like, you know, we'll get the average up. That's going to take some time. And then the next thing was that you have to stream for 25 days. And I was like, all right, bet, I got that. That's easy. I stream all the time. I stream like 5 to 6 days a week, so that's not an issue. And then I can't remember what the third thing was. It was something like really easy and stupid, and I had already like obtained that part. The part that's the hardest for most folks is obtaining that 75% average. And I finally obtained it. And I was like, yay. But you then have to apply and tell them why you feel that your channel is worthy enough, essentially, of becoming partner. And so that's what I plan on doing, but not right now. And you're probably wondering why. You got what you wanted. You got your average and everything else. They gave you the button to apply. Why wouldn't you apply? Because not everyone gets accepted on the first time that they apply. Just because you apply does not automatically mean that you'll be partner. What it does mean is that you have the opportunity to apply, and you can just keep applying for however long you want to until you eventually get it. Now, I don't want to keep applying. So I want to show them that I want to show them that my numbers are going to stay consistent, because everything that I've seen and watched and heard is that they're looking for consistency in your numbers. They're looking for consistency in your follows and everything else. They're looking for growth to continue to happen on your streams. And so it's like, all right. So instead of hitting that button immediately, what we're going to do, I have a game plan, is we're going to hold off for a month. Just a month. Maybe 6 weeks. We're going to hold off, and we're going to keep the average going. So I need to keep my average at 75, which means I have to have at least 75 or more people in the stream at all times whenever I'm streaming. And that's not including raids or hosting or, all that other extra stuff, just in the stream in general. But we've already essentially been doing that for the last few weeks. We've had people in and out, and I've had the average of 75. No big deal. I've even cut out gaming over there and pretty much switched out gaming for diamond painting. So I diamond paint like 2 or 3 days a week, and then I draw for 2 or 3 days a week. And even, the folks that have been joining me for my drawing streams, you folks are the true MVPs, and I appreciate you. Because at some point, I will need a break from diamond painting. I can't just do diamond painting. So having the art, or sometimes having Sims or Disney Dreamlight, has really been helping with rejuvenate my love of diamond painting. And over there, I get so much work done. And I'm not sure how or why, but I get a lot of work done when we go live over there. And I think it's just because we have more than an hour and a half. I can talk to you and then take a few minutes to like work on my kit or whatever, which it's not like I can't do that here. It just happens easier over there. So because of that, I want to keep my numbers up. Now, does that mean I'm getting rid of YouTube and you'll never see me? No, no, no. At some point, maybe in the future, I would love to give up my Friday night live slot to somebody else and keep all my streaming over there and keep YouTube just for videos. Because most of the time, because when people watch Friday Night Lives, if they're new to the channel, they're not sure what the hell is going on. So I would like to keep this platform just for videos. And that's not until like some ways down the road. That's like way after I hit partner and I've gotten settled and everything else. Like at least another couple of years. Anyways, so yeah, so I have to keep that number consistent. So that's what we're going to go for. I'm going to keep it consistent for about 4 to 6 weeks. And then I'm going to hit that button to apply. Once I hit that button to apply, as long as I can keep up my social media stuff and everything everywhere else, I should be fine. I should be a shoe-in for a partner. I just want to go about it smart because if I rush in and do it now, I'm pretty sure they're going to tell me no because I haven't been on their platform long enough. And they want to make sure that because my numbers have been fluctuating, they want to make sure I can hold them steady for a while. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to keep doing what we're doing. And we'll see that application go in about 4 to 6 weeks. And I know it seems like a long time. The year has already been flying. It's March. We're about to head into the middle of March right now. Like the year's been flying by, so we'll be fine. But yeah, so that's my game plan, and that's what the post was on Instagram this morning. Was not saying that I made partner. I have the ability to apply at any time now, but I want to wait and keep my numbers consistent. This is the game of social media and what it takes to thrive on social media. You can't just go in like full throttle right immediately. You gotta finesse this process. So where I know a lot of people are going to want me to apply immediately, it's better to wait and make sure you can maintain the numbers than to rush in and get that rejection letter and feel all bad and depressed and sad and everything else. So we're going to hold off on pressing that button just yet. And we'll see how we are doing in about 4 to 6 weeks. Because as long as I can keep the channel growing and everything else, which I got to figure out what kind of like giveaway to do for that day. Because the day we get accepted as partner, we got to celebrate. We're going to be doing like some kind of giveaway of some sort. I'll figure it out. But yeah, like I want to be as successful as I can over there because streaming over there is a little bit more interactive than over here. And where some people don't like all that interactiveness, some people really have enjoyed it. So I'm happy for the ones that have enjoyed it and for the ones who haven't. I do apologize. Like I said, I won't be giving up my Friday Night Live slot, at least for a couple of years, probably. But at some point, I would like to transfer all of my live streams over there instead of over here. But then again, my mind changes like I change my draws so often. And because of that, we'll see how the things turn out and how they work. But I can tell you with 100% certainty that I'm not going to give up my lives on Friday nights immediately. Like, it's not going to be something that next week you're going to be like, oh, well, where's Miss Coffee? Oh, she's only streaming on Twitch now. Like, it's not going to be anything like that. So don't worry. Don't freak out or anything. I'm still here. Plus, even if I'm not, sorry, brain is not working. Even if I'm not going live here, I'm still posting content here. So you guys will still get the whip and chat. You guys will still get unboxings. You guys will still get tutorials and trials and all kinds of fun things here on the channel. I just want to have a separate streaming place for my diamond paint, or for crafting in general. So we're going to do, I'm not going to do any crocheting over there, I don't think. I think it's just primarily going to be art and diamond painting. But, yeah, so that's what's going on with Twitch. I'm not going to hit the button immediately. We're going to give it a little bit to let our numbers stay consistent so that they can see that we're serious about this, and this isn't something that just because I had a following on another platform that it's only just enough. I was only going to do it just long enough to hit partner, and then it was just going to bail. We're going to show them that this is something that we want, and we're going to work hard to get to where they need us to be for us to make partner. So there's that. Anyways, back to the jacket. So I'm looking online for jackets, and I'm like, okay. One, I kept looking at the exact same jacket. Like, I put it in a cart 3 times. And I just put it in as different colors. I don't know why. And I think it's just because of the way the ad popped up for, like, you know how you go on Amazon, it has, like, the picture and then the words on the side. The way the ad popped up, it would show me different colors, so I would think it's a different jacket. And because I'm colorblind, all of that stuff looked alike, okay? Don't judge me. But I'm sitting there, and like I said, you got to look at the reviews, because not everybody look like, do you look at the reviews when you buy stuff offline? Asking for myself. Because I typically don't. Because like I said all the time, everybody has their own experience. So whether it be good or bad, just because somebody else had a good experience with something doesn't mean you're going to have a good experience with something. Everybody is different, and they enjoy things differently. So what is something that I might like or enjoy, you might not like and enjoy. So I'm like, you know, you take them for what they're worth. You take them out with a grain of salt, and you just keep it pushing, looking for other reviews and stuff. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And I'm looking at the jacket, and one of the things you have to look for when you live in North Dakota is you have to look for something that's rated. Now, and I don't mean like these hands are rated E for everyone. I mean like rated as in it's rated for like -degree temperatures. Something that's going to keep you warm but not have you sweating like a whore in church, if you will. So I'm looking at the stuff, and it's like Polar Tech this and Polar Tech that, and I'm like, Polar Tech don't mean crap when you're outside. Can it keep me dry, and can it keep me warm? And that's all I was looking for. Y'all, I'm not even shitting you. I looked at this one jacket. It was like one of those fox fur jackets. And it was talking about how warm the jacket is and everything else. And then it was like, with Sidewalk Weather technology. And I was like, hold up. Wait a goddamn minute. Did you say Sidewalk Weather? What the? Can anyone that's watching this video, anyone within ear reach of this video, please tell me, because I am slow, okay? So tell me, what in the holy flip-flops is sidewalk weather? Because I'm pretty sure if I step on the sidewalk in the street, they have the same weather. But there's apparently some kind of special weather for the sidewalk with this one jacket. And I really wish I would have screenshotted it so I could show it to y'all so y'all know I'm not full of shit. But I'm dead ass serious. The jacket said that it was rated for sidewalk weather. And I'm like, what the flip is sidewalk weather? I have never in my 39 years on this planet have I ever heard someone say, how's that sidewalk weather treating you? What the flip? That is not a thing. That's how I knew I didn't need to buy that jacket. I immediately put it back. I was like, no, because you ain't gonna come out here and create new terms to make your jacket sound like it's just so good to the point where you got me out here Googling what the hell is sidewalk weather. So I was like, yeah, forget this. Okay, sorry. I noticed that there was a gap there, but it's because the drill goes there. So I keep looking for jackets, and it's not just any jacket that you're looking for. You're looking for a jacket that I look for parkas, okay? I look for parkas because does anybody else like their butt to be warm when they're outside? And by that, I mean the jackets that are long enough to cover your thighs and like your butt. Like they come over your thighs and your butt. I cannot go outside in a regular jacket without having my butt covered, because I've lived this life for too long, and now I'm accustomed to it. So I can't just be out here with a jacket that does not cover my butt cheeks, okay? The cheeks need to be warm. Warm the buns, because I'm not out here for frozen buns, okay? I'm not a burger restaurant. I'm a whole ass human. So I'm just sitting there and I'm like, all right. So I'm looking around. The crazy things that these people do to sell these jackets. The one model that they had for the one jacket looked like she was mad and had diarrhea at the same time. Like, everything about the picture gave her diarrhea, and she just couldn't move because she had to take the pictures for that photo shoot. Because she just had this grimace on her face, like, don't buy this jacket. And I'm like, why would you use, like, how bad were the other photos? You got to think of it like this. How bad were the other photos that you chose this one as your good one? And I'm like, I can't. I freaking can't. I can't do it. So I found 3 jackets that I liked. One's a Columbia, or the other 2 are kind of like off-brand, like China companies. And I don't even know if China has winter. So I'm like, you know what? I don't even care who makes it. I just need a warm jacket. So I'm doing for my first order, I'm going to do the try it and like it feature and see how that works out. And then within that 7 days, you let them know whether you like it or not. And then you have like your UPS man, or you go to your UPS store and you have them pick it up for you, so that they can send the jackets that you didn't want, or the clothes that you didn't want, back. So again, I like the fact that they have this feature. Now, make sure, because of this, you wash everything that you try on. Or no, I'm sorry, you wash anything that you purchase, because you don't know if somebody else tried that on. I don't know if they have a feature on that tells you if somebody else has ever tried it on. But I'm just saying, for my own sanity and for sanitary reasons, it'd be a great idea that from now on, when you buy clothes from Amazon, you wash them first before putting them on, because more than likely somebody else has had their own BO in that jacket. And let me get a jacket that smells like straight up BO, the way I will be upset. So there's my jacket fiasco there. Like, I'm trying to just find a jacket that fits and that is comfortable, that isn't going to have a crappy zipper, because I've gone through 2 of these Canadian weather jackets and both of them have had zipper issues. So they will need their zippers replaced. And the jackets I found, one of them has like the fuzzy fox fur on the inside. The other one doesn't, but it has like this like aluminum foil looking substance on the inside, and it's rated for -20, which is typically right around what we get here at its lowest, unless it's a really bad winter, and then we can get somewhere up near like -50. But I think in the entire time, make sure you're stretching, folks. Make sure you're not just sitting here for an hour. You got to stretch it out sometimes. We've been here for almost 30 minutes already. Stretch it out. Whew. Okay, we feel better. So I just wanted to find a nice jacket, because the fact that my jacket got messed up literally this close to spring, I knew it was going to be a challenge to find a jacket. But now I have to work it. Now I have a new fear unlocked, which is now sidewalk weather, because I need to figure out what the hell sidewalk weather is. And I know there will be a smart person in the comments that's like, that has the answer for it. And yeah, so I'm just gonna leave that there for you guys. You guys can figure out what to say or do about that in the comment section. So if you know what sidewalk weather is, please let me know, because I would like to be knowledgeable too. Anywho, because you never know if these are situations will arise where you have a friend that's like, oh, I need to dress for the sidewalk weather. What's it like on the sidewalk right now? Well, what the hell does that mean? But okay. And before somebody asks, yes, it was was it a camping jacket, or I can't remember if it's a camping jacket or what it was, but it was some kind of like outdoorsy jacket. And I'm like, I'm sorry, if it's cold enough for me to wear a winter jacket in the outdoors, I'm not going hiking or anything. Like, that's not a thing that's going to be happening. I'm not going to be going out here hiking. All right, I think we're good. I had to stretch. I had to stand up and stretch, because my back has been really like lately. Because I've been streaming so much, my back's been a little bit like twingy, I guess. I don't freaking know how to describe it. It's been weird. So I make sure now that I'm standing up, because I would just sit there the entire time. And I learned that, yeah, no, you're not a spring chicken. Stop doing that. So I do have to get up when I'm streaming and stuff. And luckily nobody can see me. So I just stand up and just kind of like wiggle around for a few minutes. Flailing around like a fish out of water. So yeah, so we got the jackets coming. We'll tell you how that goes when they get here. Let's see if they fit. And I ordered them a size up because I do like to bundle up whenever I go outside. So just in case they're just a little hair not warm enough, I can put like a small sweatshirt underneath it. I've been really wearing my... I got a hoodie from Bittersweet Paris with JoJo's Art Soul Keeper on it. Y'all, this jacket, oh my God, it's so warm. It is thin, but it's so warm. Like, the inside of it is so freaking warm. And I'm not sure if he's still over on Bittersweet Paris, but oh my God, that jacket is warm. Like, I've been literally wearing just that hoodie under, like, my big jacket, and it's been, like, amazing. I love the hoodie. It's awesome. So, there's that. And then last night, as I was doing this, I got a notification about something from JCPenney's. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. Let me go ahead and pay this bill. Not only pay the bill, let me go ahead and start the return for the jacket, which I'm still deciding on whether or not I'm returning it today or later because it's snowing today. And if I don't have to go anywhere besides to pick up these kids from school and come back, I'm trying to have that kind of a day. So I'm sitting there and I go to pay the bill for the jacket and I'm like, hold up, what other bills did I not pay on Friday because I was busy doing other things? So I go look and there's just like my Best Buy bill and all this other stuff. So I was like, all right, one, don't you hate when you put in a password and it tells you it's wrong, right? And you're like, oh, God dang it. So then you're having to sit there for 30 minutes trying to remember what the freaking password was. And then you finally think you get it, you put it in, and it tells you you're wrong, and then finally it locks you out of your account and makes you change the password. And then when you go to put in a new password, it's the password that you had before, and it's like, can't use the same password from previous password. And I'm like, mother chicken. So I was buying or paying my JCPenney's bill. It's always a freaking hassle because I can never remember the login for it. Now, usually my Google will save my passwords so I don't have to remember them. I know there's a thing called a password safe or something that you can get that will save your passwords for you so you don't have to remember. But I have this thing called Google, and Google will save them for me as well. So I like Google, and because I have like all the security features on it and everything else, I haven't had an issue, knock on wood. I haven't had any issues with it. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right. I go to put the password in. It tells me it's wrong. I put it in 2 more times. It tells me it's wrong. I change up the password I think it is. It says it's wrong. I put in 2 more passwords. They're wrong. At this point, I've locked myself out of the account. And I'm like, God dang it. So then I go to my email, get the retrieval email. Because they always give you some kind of retrieval email. I go get the retrieval email. And then once I get the retrieval email, I go back to the website and I put in the new password and it's like, can't use previous password. And I'm like, that's the sad part was I know I put that password in. Like whenever I went to go check the password, I know that was one of the passwords I used and it told me it was wrong. So I'm guessing I must have put a wrong number or something in. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, God dang it. So I had to figure out another password to put in there that I'm going to forget next time I have to pay my bill. And this time I was smart, though, and I told Google to save it. Apparently, last time I didn't tell Google to save it, and so it didn't. This time I told Google to save it. So hopefully I won't have any issues next time. So I get in, pay my bill, and I go, hold up, what other bills do I need to pay? Because there's a couple of other bills that I hadn't gotten around to yet. So I was like, oh, crap, the water bill. So I go to pay the water bill, and... Sorry, that's my echoes telling me something. And it's just giving me all this mess. And it's like even with my car payment. When I go to make my car payment, I had to verify my account because a new company had purchased, there was something about a new company purchasing the credit card rights or something to the website. So they had to have everybody re-verify their bank accounts. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense because I literally made a payment. And then it told me that I needed to verify my account, after they accepted the payment. And I'm like, then why do I need to accept it if you already accepted it? I don't understand. Why wouldn't you just accept it? So I'm sitting there. I love how it feels. I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right. So I make I tried to verify it, and it wouldn't verify, and it was like, you need to call us. I don't want to call you. I don't want to call you. Why are you making me call you? Like, this is not a thing. I feel like half the time, I don't know how to fuck an adult either. Like, I'm already not the best parent on the planet. I will be the first to tell you, I am not a perfect mom. It might seem like it, but let me tell you, there are days where I just want to scream into a pillow, cry my eyes out because these kids get on my nerves, and I'm like, I love them, but I also like want to bite their little faces because they're getting on my nerves. I'm not a perfect mom, okay? My kids will tell you, I'm not a perfect mom. I can be very mean. I can be very kind. I can, like, I'm a mom. I'm just a mom. That's it. Like, I'm just a mom. I'm not no Betty Crocker. Mr. Coffee's Betty Crocker in our house anyways. But I'm not like, sorry. I'm not a perfect mom. So as an adult, I figure I have to pick a struggle. You can't just be shitty at everything. Like, you got to pick a struggle, okay? And I don't want adulting to be my struggle, but it very much is, because when you're depressed or in a state of depression or just and you want a break. You just need a break because there's just so much always happening in life. You just sometimes need a break, and sometimes that break lasts for more than a couple of weeks. Okay, let's not judge ourselves. There's got enough people judging us from behind the shadows. We don't need to judge ourselves. So I'm just like, okay, so sometimes I'll clean my house, sometimes I won't. That dirt will still be there whenever I'm ready to clean it up. So what's the point of cleaning it up almost immediately, unless it's something that's detrimental that needs to be cleaned up? So yeah, let's see. I need to find the letter S because I have a couple of S's that need filled in. I thought I pulled it out, but I didn't. So where is the letter S? Are you the letter S? Nope, you're empty. You're empty. Oh, there it is. I was going to have to pause y'all for a second. I don't like looking for stuff while I'm on camera. I don't want y'all sitting there watching me struggle looking for things. But don't worry, I'm very much just like you. I struggle when I diamond paint with things. The canvas always procreates new symbols out of nowhere when you think you have all the symbols down. Very much like you, just I talk about it out loud to people that can't hear me when I'm talking about it. Like right now, as I'm talking to myself. And my dogs are so used to it at this point that they're just laying here like, yeah, we don't care. So, yeah. Which is weird because I don't see Daisy. I see Killian, but I don't see Daisy. Daisy usually sits at the window back here. But again, it's cold out. The house is a little bit chillier today. So, like, the dogs have been kind of, like, finding warm spots. Killian follows me around the house anyway. So, if I go upstairs or if I'm in my craft room, he'll follow me wherever I go. Daisy, on the other hand, she sometimes will follow me. Sometimes she's just on her own. Sometimes she's like, I just need some me time. Which, we'll talk about that me time thing in a few minutes. Because if you've never given yourself an adult timeout, are you really adulting? Are you really adulting? Like, you can give your kids timeouts all day. But do you ever take a timeout for yourself? Like, last night, I could feel I was getting pissy for no reason. And remember, y'all, I have bipolar disorder. I'm unmedicated. I wouldn't recommend it. But I am. And I also go to therapy for those folks that are like, you're unmedicated and you don't recommend it, but you're telling everybody, yeah. But I also go to therapy numerous times a week. Like, literally after I'm finished here, I have to go to therapy. So, I'm sitting there. I don't remember where I was going with that. Either way, we'll change the subject. So, yeah, so there's that. Oh, I was being pissy last night. And so, I was like, you know what? I'm being pissy. I need to get offline. I need to take a step away, and I need to go clear my head. So I went upstairs into my bedroom, into the dark, and just sat there. That's what I like to call an adult timeout, because sometimes I can feel that my mood is shifting for no reason. And to avoid snapping out on somebody or being rude or mean when I don't mean to, I will give myself what I like to call the adult timeout. And this case is really, like, closed. Yeah, so for the trick for these Elizabeth wards, don't use this part of your tweezers. Use the butt end of your tweezers and just pry them open. Sometimes, especially with nails on, I can't get them open. So you use what you got, folks. Use what you got. That's what you bought it for. Anyways, so I gave myself an adult timeout yesterday. But this is something that I do often. Like, it's something that I've been practicing often because it keeps me from saying things that I don't mean, which means I don't have to say I'm sorry for things that I said that, you know, maybe I possibly am sorry about. Sometimes I'm not sorry about them. I just say sorry to clear the air. Either way, it keeps me from having to apologize to anyone if I just take a step back and take time to myself. Like, try it. When you're getting into a bad mood, when you're having a bad day, even if you have kids. And remember, I have kids. Yes, they're a little bit older now. They're 10 and 12. But you still have to take time for yourself. So, like, as long as your child is, like, either old enough to fend for themselves, or you have somebody keeping an eye on them if they're not old enough to fend for themselves, take an adult timeout. Take 10, 20 minutes to yourself. Don't do anything. Just sit. Sit with the feeling of what you have now and why you feel that way. And then stay like that until you don't feel that way anymore. And I know some of y'all going to be coming out in the comments like, I be feeling like that all day. Don't stay in your room all day. Now you're just milking it. Now I feel like you're just taking advantage of it. But just take some free time out to yourself. Because I feel like a lot of people get overwhelmed and stressed because they don't have a moment to breathe. There's so much coming at us in life nowadays. And nobody takes and stops anymore and just takes a minute to breathe. And I feel like a lot of issues that people have could be solved if they gave themselves what I like to call the adult timeout. So this week, if you haven't already, or if you don't already, try taking a moment to yourself. Try going off into a room or one of your favorite places like that you like to go for like coffee or something, and just sit there. Just sit there and think about whatever is bothering you, things that you need to do, what have you. Just take a moment to yourself to think. And then go back at the situation with a clear head and see if it worked out better than it would have if you would have just kept going. Because I can tell you right now, it does wonders for me. So it can only be helpful to other people as well, possibly. So hopefully that is something that will help you. I don't typically do a lot of mental health stuff, but I am very pro taking care of your mental health as much as you take care of your physical health. Because it doesn't matter how fit your body is. If your mind isn't as fit as your body, then your insides are still going to be, like, gross. Because mental stuff does manifest into physical. So you got to take care of the mental as well as your physical. So you got to make sure you not only drink water, but you take moments to yourself to breathe and relax and do something that you want to do at least once a day. Because if not, it makes you resentful of the situation that you're currently in. It makes you ungrateful of what you currently have. And all you can think about is the negativity and not the positive. So try to just take some time out for yourself and think on things. Anyways, enough with that. So, paying my bills. So, paying my bill yesterday, I went to go pay my Best Buy bill. Now, most credit cards, when you go to pay them, they don't let you use another bank card. Like, I can't use my bank card to pay my Best Buy bill. That's not something that they allow you to do. You can use the bank account, but you can't use the bank card, which, again, is fine. That's perfectly fine. So, because of this, right? Because of this, I already had my bank account on file. So, my brain just shut down just now. You ever be in the middle of a thought and your brain goes, nope. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right. I pay the bill. I see the thank you screen for paying your bill. And I'm like, all right, bet. I go to get the email because in my email, I keep folders like for certain things. So like all my YouTube stuff goes in a folder. Then all my bill stuff goes into like a bills paid folder and bills due folder, just so I don't forget what's due and so I can make sure I'm getting confirmations of each. And I will delete the ones in the bills due folder once I pay them. And it just helps me keep track of what bills I've paid and I haven't paid. And if you didn't know, yeah, you can add different folders to your email so that you can save different categories of things. And so that's what I've been doing. And this is what I've done pretty much my entire adult life. Just because it helps me stay organized. And I'm not the biggest on organizing. I'm not Becky. I'm about to say a Becky. I'm not a Beck. Oh my God. I'm not Becky. So if you know Becky's Madness for Crafting, her favorite thing in the world is the O word. Not the one you're thinking of. O as in organization. She loves organizing things. Like that's her true calling in life, is organizing things. So whenever she hears me say it, she always like says, did you say the O word? Nope. Nope. What are you talking about? I didn't say that. So if anybody sees Becky, we didn't say the O word here, okay? The O word was not muttered on this stream or this channel. Either way. Did I get all the 8? I think I got all of them except for one right here at the top. Oh. Oh, and if you're looking at the release papers, wondering where I got them from, Crafts with Crashly. That is Crafts with Crashly. She made that this release paper specialty for this particular kit. And I did not expect to get that much done, so now I got to pull out more little containers, which is fine. But I literally get a lot of work done over on Twitch, and I'm pretty happy about it. So I think I will keep diamond painting over there for a while. Probably for a long while. I just don't want it to overtake my art because I need the time to practice. And me practicing and getting better and letting people get eyes on my artwork now is going to help me in the long run for when I do open a shop or start selling stickers or whatnot. Which, speaking of that, on tomorrow, which is Wednesday, March 8th, we are going to be designing some sticker stuff. So if you would like to join us over on Twitch, the link is always in the description box. Even if you're lurking, that does help me with the whole partner thing and keeping my average up. And lurking, obviously, is just kind of sitting in there. You're not really paying attention or joining in chat. You're just there. You're there. We know you're there, and we appreciate the fact that you are there. The fact that I just pushed all those drills out of that way. Good God. Oh, not my 8s. Oh, gosh darn it. I hate when you do that and the drills fly everywhere, but then you can't find any of the drills, and it's like, where the hell did you go? And then you stand up and you got one underneath your titty or something. And you're like, what? How did you get there? Like, this is the struggle that I live every day, y'all. This is the struggle. I once had one under my boob, and Mr. Coffee like looks at me. He goes, how hardcore are you going at that diamond painting? And do I need to call somebody for you? And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, is this a whole diamond underneath your boob? And I'm like, maybe. So mind your business. Y'all, the way people be out here minding our crafty business. Let us live with our diamonds under our breast, okay? If that's where the diamond wants to go, that's where the diamond wants to go. It doesn't need you judging where it decided to land, okay? Sure, I have a whole ass shirt on and we don't know how it got there either, but we just want you to stop minding our business and making us feel some type of way. But still. Alright. And then we're going to go... Oh, I still have some up there. And I'm still missing a dark gray. At least one of them from when it slid. I'll have to add another one there. So it's like right there. I found one that flew up this way. Oh, there's the other one. Boom. Got it. I'll put this in here. So, let's see. Oh, paying my bill. That's where I was. Look at me still remembering things. So, I pay my bill. I get onto the thank you screen because I learned from my electric bill that I have to wait for that damn thank you screen. Because with my electric bill, I hadn't paid it in 3 months, y'all. This was like, I want to say 4 months ago. I hadn't paid it in 3 months because I thought I was paying it, but I wasn't. Apparently, the electric bill has like 2 thank you screens. And I would hit that first one and forget to get to the second one and would just be like, oh, I paid the bill. And then wonder why the money never came out of my account. Like they were just trying to give us free electricity and shit. And I was just like, okay, something's wrong here. Something's very wrong. But I got the confirmation for it. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, so I paid that bill. What other bills do I need to pay? I paid a couple of other bills and I was like, all right, good. I go to check my email so that I can get the confirmations for each of them and put them in their folders. And I noticed that one of the bills hadn't popped up, which is the Best Buy bill. Y'all, as soon as I check my email, I get a notice that says, warning, bill due soon in 7 days. And I was like, I just paid you. So then I go back over there, because I hadn't closed out the window. I just closed out of that particular area. I go back over there and it's like, thank you for paying your bill. I'm like, okay, so if I paid the bill and the bill is posted, like on their website, it's posted for scheduling because, of course, you got to use your bank account. And it's not immediate. It says bill was posted, but yet you're also telling me that my bill is due. Like, I don't understand it. And why did you wait until I went onto the website, paid the bill to send me that message? Because now I'm shitting bricks. Like, did I pay it? Like, the website itself is gaslighting you into thinking you didn't pay it, and you know damn well you did. So I go check it again, and sure enough, I had paid it, but for some reason it wasn't registering. So I go back to the email, and then I get the confirmation. I'm like, you know what? F this. I hate it here. Stay hydrated, folks. I'm mad because I'm having a first world problem. Now, if you don't know what a first world problem is, it's essentially a stupid problem. I think I've explained this before. It's a stupid problem that happens in the first world countries, like the fact that I have to drink hazelnut coffee so I can get rid of it, and I don't have it staring at me judgingly in the cabinet before I go back to my caramel vanilla cream coffee. First world struggle. Do you have a first world struggle? Let me know down in the comments. So yeah. So I got jackets on the way from Amazon. I got a couple of bills paid last night. I finished up a piece that I was working on, so I was happy about that. I'm getting the templates ready for the sticker thing that we're going to be working on stream tomorrow over on Twitch. And like I said, you guys are going to help me with that because everybody says I'm funny, and I'm like, okay. And I'm not trying to be like coy about it or any type of way. I legitimately don't know what people mean by I'm funny. I just be saying what's in my head. I tell you and show you guys. I try to speak what I see in my head. So what you guys hear from me is usually stuff that's just in my head. So when y'all say I'm funny, I'm just like, oh, okay. And I'm not being any kind of way. I literally don't know what you mean by I'm funny. So I just sit there awkwardly. They're just like, oh, okay. So you guys are going to give me some of the sayings that I say that you guys like, and we're going to make them into, not emotes, but essentially into, like, sticker form. Now, will I be selling stickers? Maybe at some point, but I have a different plan for these. But you guys will figure out that plan here in the next few weeks. And no, it's not a diamond painting, I promise. It's not a diamond painting, I promise. I have no diamond paintings in queue anywhere. Because I know if I just leave it like that, people are going to be like, diamond painting? And I'm like, no, it's not a diamond painting. Also, huge thank you to the folks that not only support me on Twitch, but for those who support me on Patreon. Yo, my Patreon's a mess. I just be in there just with the most random shit. Like, I swear, it's not even like a cohesive anything. It's just a slew of thoughts put together to make something that is just me spilling tea all day. And I would just like to say thank you to those Patreons that have stuck around me. I appreciate you. So yeah, so there's adulting. Now we can get to these kids. We're already almost done, and I'm like, all right, time for these kids video or talk. So Maggie has been in a mood lately, and we don't know why. We're noticing she's starting to act out. And I think it's just a cry for attention. But again, Maggie wants your attention at all hours of the day, 7 days a week, 24/7. Like, she just wants your attention. And it's like, that is not something that's possible. And we've taught our kids to be independent for those times where we can't give them attention, or we're busy doing something where we can't give them the attention that they want. They can preoccupy themselves. So we've given them the gift of being able to entertain themselves. Maggie has taken this gift, shit on it, and thrown it out of a window. She refuses to play by herself. She refuses to do anything by herself. And then she just walks around the house going, I'm so lonely. I wish someone would play with me. Now take it. I played with her the other day, right? We're sitting on the couch. We're playing Barbies. And I'm half paying attention, half not, just because Mr. Coffee was doing something in this game, and I was kind of looking up at the game and then playing with her. Well, as I'm sitting there, she takes her Barbie and hits my Barbie with it. But because I wasn't holding it super tight, she ends up hitting my hand with that hard-ass Barbie body. And I was like, ow, mother chicken, why would you do that? And she's like, well, you weren't paying attention. I was trying to get your attention. And I was like, that's not how you get people's attention, ma'am. So it's not like I'm not playing with her. I'm scarred for life from her. And then I realized yesterday that I spent all this money on toys for her, just for her to take and knock them off of every surface in this house and destroy them. Her grandmother actually purchased her some LOL dolls. If you have kids, you might know what LOL dolls are. My mother-in-law bought her some LOL dolls for Christmas, and she has a boy LOL doll. Well, the boy is dating all the chicks, the other like 4 LOL dolls. And she's calling them all kinds of names. And she's like, he's not a good guy. Why isn't he not a good guy? Because he was talking to Trisha, but then he's also talking to Lily. And but what about Karen over here, who's also talking to him? And I'm like, well, why don't you use your other Barbies? And then I look down and I happen to notice that none of her LOLs have hands. Now, if you know the LOL dolls, their hands are detachable in doll form. And she has taken it upon herself to rip all the hands off. And I'm like, okay, you get that from Uncle Jesse. When apparently from here, when Uncle Jesse was little, he used to rip the heads off Barbies. And I'm like, and look at you now. But Maggie they at least have their clothes on. Because I know somebody will ask if they have their clothes on. They just don't have hands. So that's probably why they have their clothes on. Because they don't have hands to take their clothes off. So there's Maggie. And Orion's been in kind of a mood lately. And we can't figure out what the hell's going on with him either. He's been in this. Does anybody else's child get to this stage where they are just annoying as piss for no reason other than they can be? That's the stage Orion is in. Is how annoyed can I get them before they send me away? Not send you away like to a boarding school, but send you away like to your room. And so he's been doing the most with his little whatever the hell he's trying to pull. And last night I got him back and I was like, oh, because every time you would say something, he'd go, yeah, and then start shaking his head and then get kind of close to you as he's shaking his head. And I'm like, dude, stop doing that. Yeah. I'm like, I'm serious. Stop it. Yeah. And he would just keep doing it. So I was like, all right, guess what? When we get home, I'm taking your computer. Yeah? And he's like, hold up, wait, what? I'm like, oh, well, you said yeah. So, like, in my brain, I was like, I wonder if I should take his computer to get him to stop. You said yeah, i.e., I'm taking your computer when we get home. He's like, that's not fair. You know what else isn't fair? Life. You'll get used to it. So he spent the evening playing not so nicely with his sister. And I say not so nicely as in he played with her for a few minutes and then asked me, can he get his computer back? And I'm like, no, what are you, like a crackhead for your computer? Get out of here. But if nothing else, he went and played with Maggie so I could recover my hand from her trying to murder me. But yeah, so the kids are doing great. Minus they're just doing some off-the-wall kid shit. Mr. Coffee's doing great in his new position. I'm having to get used to him coming home early. So we had eye exams last week, right? And we're at the eye doctor. And Maggie's in there. Or not the eye exams, I'm sorry. Maggie had blood work to see if she had diabetes. Now, they tested her for ADHD. They tested her for diabetes, anemia, hyperglycemia, something else. And everything came back, she's fine. We just going to need to get her to talk to a nutritionist to see what we can do to get her to eat. Because at the house here, she's been eating a little bit more lately. Like, she's been cooking with me. And I'm thinking that that's helping her want to eat. Because she gets to see the process of making dinner. Does it mean she eats all her dinner? No, she still throws over half of it away. So I'm just like, okay, what do I do to get her to eat? So we're in the doctor's office. And the doctor's talking to us. And he's like, I don't think she has diabetes, but we're going to rule out everything before we find out. Like, we don't want to find out later on that she has some kind of issue. So he had her tested. We go for the test. We're in the office there. She's bouncing off the walls, like literally bouncing off the walls. And the doctor's like, does she always have this much energy? I'm like, this is mild, sir. What do you mean? Like, she's laying all over the bed. Like the little table that you have to sit on when you go to the doctor's office. She's laying all over it. She's spinning rotisserie chicken style. She's doing all the crazy things. She gets her test done. And by the way, if you've never had to teach a 10-year-old how to piss in a cup that is a female, look, listen. Do you know my pain? Do you know my pain? Trying to teach Maggie and also simultaneously trying not to get pissed on. Because this ain't R. Kelly's Funhouse. That was a chore in itself. And the entire time, it was funny because the entire time she was back getting blood, I could hear them talking crap about me. And she's sitting back there with Mr. Coffee going, am I better than mommy? Because mommy sucks at getting shots. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. We needed the entire facility to know that your mother sucks at getting shots. I appreciate you. Why are you this way? But Mr. Coffee gets off work early to come to the appointment because I can't do shots. I can do a lot of things for my babies. I will do anything for them, but I can't watch them get shots because I can't watch them in pain. I also don't like needles, so that doesn't help either. And before you say it, the needles for tattooing are different than the needles that they stick you with at the hospital. Like, the people at the hospital aren't just wearing do-rags out here like, hey, let me give you a little tat doodle on your chest there real quick. You look like you could use like an arrow to let us know where to do surgery. So it's one of those things where I was just like, yeah, this is mild for Maggie. She is always like up and about and cheerful and happy and running around like a chicken with her head cut off. This is normal. And the doctor was like, yeah, does she have any behavioral issues at school? I'm like, no, Maggie loves school. So she gets her testing done, and we find out that all her tests came back good. Everything is fine. We just need to get her to eat more. And I'm like, okay, that's why I brought her to you, because I figured you would tell me something. They're like, well, he's like, I'm not a nutritionist. He's like, honestly, if you look at me, I'm about as small as she is. I'm like, I was going to mention that, but I was going to also keep that to myself. But mama always said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So, yeah. But she's fine. Maggie's doing fine. She has been eating some foods. She loves bagels. She loves, which I need to try bagels again, because I tried bagels, I think, when I was younger, and they weren't doing it for me. So I wanted to try them now. But Maggie loves bagels. She loves anything vegetable-wise, fruit-wise. So I started making her, like, home lunches, as she calls them, which is where she packs a lunch and takes it to school. And she seems to have really likes the home lunches. So I think we'll stick with the home lunches for a little bit, and all that fun jazz. So there's that. But I should get going now, because I do have other videos that I need to record today, so that you guys have videos for this week. To all those MVPs that are watching the replays that are going up on Twitch from Twitch, I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I try to keep the consistency of the channel going, even if that means you guys get an ad-free or an ad video in your viewing. The fact that a lot of people are actually starting to watch them, I really appreciate it. It's something nice that you guys can watch to get more work done, seeing as how my whip and chats are only an hour. So yeah. But with that, I must now bid you adieu. But not before reminding you that it's hard out here in these crafty streets, so please stay safe. Wear a mask, wash your hands, don't touch your face in public, because that's gross. Keep your 6 feet, and always try to remember to be kind to others, because you never know what somebody else is going through. Be courteous, because it's the right thing to do, and always stay cool. Bye, guys.